In this video, I'm going to show you steps you can take so as to take this table that you have here in Excel into Microsoft Access. First, take note of the table name JSS2 results. I finished preparing this table in Excel, but I want to use it to do something in Microsoft Access. See the steps you have to take. After preparing the table as you have here in Excel and finish, then close the table and then load your Access. I've loaded my Access now and give a name to the database that I want to use. The database I'm using now is called Students Results, but I want to import a table from Excel that I've prepared already and then come and use here so as to use it and prepare various things in Access. The things I will use the table for, I will use the table to create forms, and I will use the table to create reports, and I will also use the table to create query for that particular table. So how can I now import the table into Access and then make use of it to create these things that I'm referring to now? First step you have to take is for you to click external data. Once you click external data, you now see that under import section you have Excel. It's here that you will click and it will now open the get external data Excel spreadsheet dialog box for you. Within this window, you have to specify the file name that you want to use and import the table into Access. If you cannot specify the file name here correctly, click Browse. It will now open where you can now select the particular file you want to use and import it into Access. Here now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm using JSS2 result. I'll now click the file name and then select Open. Excel will automatically add the file name into the file name here. Then how are you to do it? See, Excel is now asking you specify how and where you want to store the data in the current database. Do you want to use it as a link to another table, or do you want to import the source data into a new table in the current database? Whereby this is the option we are using. Import the source data into a new table in the current database. This is the option that is ticked now. You now click OK. Here now, Excel will show worksheets. Which of the worksheets are you intended to use? In this case, if you click worksheet 2, you'll see that you don't have any information. In worksheet 3, you don't have any information. So we are selecting worksheet number 1. Selecting worksheet number 1 now, we now click Next. Excel is asking you a very important question here. Will you allow the first row of your table in Excel to contain the column heading that you will use in Access? If you will accept that, the first row in your table in Excel should remain the column heading in the table that you want to use in Access. You now allow this tick box to remain. But if you will not allow it to use it as the column heading, you can deactivate this. As you can see, it has matched everything within the table. But once you tick this, it has now specified that the column heading, which is the first row in the other table, will now remain the column heading in Access. Then you click Next. As you click Next now, you can now see that Excel will still tell you to specify further things in this table. This one does not matter. You can just allow this and then click on Next. Excel will now ask you, will you allow Excel to add primary key for you? If yes will be your answer, allow this tick box to remain, or this radio button here that is ticked, allow it to remain. Or choose my own primary key, you can now specify. Or say no, that you don't want Excel to create primary key for you. Then in my case here, I will not tell Excel to create any primary key for me. Then I now select no primary key and then click next. What will you name the table as it gets into Access application? What will be the name that you will give to that table that you want to import now? In this case, I will name it Student Results. See, Student Results. Let that be the name that I want the table to bear in the Access application. See a box here that you can also tick. I would like a wizard to analyze my table after importing the data. If you wish that, you tick here. If not, you allow this and then click on finish. Even when you click finish, you now still notice that Excel will ask, or Access here will ask you whether you want to save the steps that you have taken so as to import this table. In this case, if you want to save those steps, click yes. But if not, don't tick this box and then close the window. You now see the student results table is active here in Access. As you can see, this is the table. I want to double click on the table so as to open the table in Access application. I double click. See the table now. That means you don't have to stand in Access and create table. You can create your table in another application like Excel and then later bring the table or import the table into Access application. As you can see, this is the complete table that we have prepared in Excel application. Now, having this table now in Access will enable you to use the table to create various things that you can create in Access, like forms, reports. You can now create query using that particular table. Let's see how we can use that table, this particular table now that we have in Access now, to create these other things, forms, report, and query the table. Let's see how we can do it. You can close this table now. You want to save changes? Yes. This is the table now. Is this table now that you want to use in creating form? See, first thing you have to do. You want to create the form using the wizard to create the form. See where you click. This is form section in Access. Once you click create here, will now give you create what? In create table, we have already created table by importing it. You can create forms. Then I want to use wizard to create the form. I click more forms. You click the arrow beside more forms. Then you will now see from wizard. You click from wizard. This one will now allow the wizard to guide you through steps that you want to take in creating this your form. Which fields do you want on your form? You can specify that you want all the fields that you have in the table to appear in your form. If that is the case, you have buttons here. Click the Add All button here. It will automatically transfer all the available fields in that table into the selected fields that you want to use in your form. But please take note, if you are not to use everything, you can now click this Remove All button and then be adding one reporting after another, or one field after another. For instance, if you will not need student result or student number, student registration number, you can leave it. But if you need student name, you can now click student name, add here. You will need student gender in that your form. If you will not need it, go to the first subject, maths, and then click add. You need English, add. You need all these other ones, you can add them one after another. But if you need everything, all the fields you have in the table to appear in your report, just click add all. And if you feel there is a particular field here that you want to remove, that you don't want it here, you can now select that particular field and then remove. But we need it. In this case, we add. Then after specifying these things, you click next. Take note of what Access is asking you using the wizard. What layout would you like for your form? See the sample of the layout here. We have columnar, tabular, datasheet, justified. Please take time to create form using each of these layouts so that you see the difference between each of them. But for our practical here, I will allow columnar to remain. Please take note, there is need for you to take time and practice how each of these will appear, so that you see which one will really show different effects from the table and that of the form that is there, or which one will be exactly the same with the table and the form. So take time to choose each of these and then perform it to the end and see the results that you will have. Then I will like columnar here to remain and select next. Then still, what style would you like to give to the form you want to prepare now? All these are different styles that the form can carry. So you can use any one that you feel like using. You can now use that one as the style that you want to use for the form you are using now. You have many of them. Keep on following. All these are different styles that your form may carry. So anyone that you wish to use, just select anyone you want to use, click next. Still, what title do you want for your form? You can now give your form a title here. If it is student result, why not add form, student result form, as the title for the form you want to create? Then, or since this is for a particular class, let's say JSS2, why not specify it here, form for JSS2, and then see what other things you have to specify before you pass this stage. Do you want to open the form or modify the form's design? Depending on your choice here, you can modify the form's design and you can open the form to view and enter information. I will allow the first option here, open the form to view or modify the information or enter information, to remain. I will now click finish. See what will happen here. This is the form we have created so far. This is the form we have created so far. The name of the form is form for JSS2. Then check this form. You now see that this is the first person. Name of student is this. Math, English, this. You now see that this form contains full detail for one particular student. This is page 1 of this form. You can now take the down here. You now see that you can now move this page 1 of 9, which is the record for the first person now, Amen. Mary Ogun. Then if you now click the next record now, it takes you to the second person, which is Grace Michael Ogun. And you will now see that the details you have here is only for Grace Michael Ogun. And you can now go to the next one and see the next person Yvonne Janet for more. Irrespective of the total number of persons that you have in that particular class, you will now have records for each of them. And one page of the record will be for one person, one record for one person. You can never have another person's record within the other person's record. One person per record. However, even if you want to now print the result for Yvonne Janet Ogun now, you can now print this page, which is only for Yvonne Jacob Ogun. And if you want to go to that of Mary Ogun, you can now print this page now for Mary Ogun. So with this now, you can see that you have created a form that is for individual students. The 9 different students that you have is the 9 records that you have here right now. You can now click this to go to the last record. As you can see, this is the very last person in the record that you have prepared. The last person. And you can click this one, this particular one, arrow, to go to the first record, where you can now use this place to specify the record that you want to go, to the 5th person. It takes you to Richard, which is the 5th person. So that's how you can insert the table and then use the table to create something like form, as you can see here. But what if you want to create a report still using the same table? Go to Create tab. Once you click Create tab, you now see that you now have form, report. In this case, you want to go to report. Click using wizard, report wizard. It will do exactly as form gave you option. This one will also give you option for you to, in case you want to select some fields to use, you can now select. In case you want to add all the fields, you can now use add all button here and add all. Then once you add all, you now go to next. Also, do you want to add any grouping levels? No, we do not need any grouping levels. We allow it and then proceed. Still, what sort order do you want for your record? We will not specify any sort order. Allow it the way it appears to appear. You can now select next. What layout and orientation will you use for the records you want to perform? The first one here is the layout, which you have columnar, tabular, justified, and you have orientation, portrait, and landscape. If you want to use justified, for instance, select justified. If you want to use columnar, select columnar, and if you want to use tabular, select tabular. Then let me select justified and use that for this particular report. And then see also here, adjust the field width so all fields fit on a page is necessary, so that irrespective of how many fields you have, it can now fall within one page. Then tick this box, then click next. Give it a style that you want. Select the style as happened in the other case too. Then select any style and go to next. What is the name that you want to give it as the title for the report you want to give or you want to create now? You can now say report student result or report JSS1 or JSS2 as the case is now. Then also still click any of these two where you want to preview the report or you want to modify the report design. Here I will have preview the report with being continued. This is the report we have created. See, report, here is it. The first person, number 1, the name of the student, and then there you go. Gender, female, then individual subject for the person is here now. Now see, number 2 person will now see. That's how you will see it till you get to the last person. As you can see, if you click here to go to the next, click here to go to the next, this click here to go to the next, from the end of it. Then let me still show you how you can query a particular table once you have it in Access. This is the table we want to use and perform the query. So still click create. In this case, create what? Create query. Query using wizard. You click query wizard. In this thing now, it will be a new query that you are about to create now. We have simple query wizard, we have roster query wizard, and we have all these other ones. I want to use simple query wizard here to show you what you are to do. But you can also wonder, what will query do for me? You will use query to select some fields that you want in a particular time. Let's assume you have prepared the table and the table is complicated, containing all the detail that you need pertaining to each student. But there will be instances that you will not need all the detail at a particular time. Let's assume, for instance, now, is what you want to do. It doesn't need the student registration number. Let's take it for instance. You only need the student name. You can now select name and add it to the selected field that you want to use. In this case, it doesn't matter where the student is male or female. That means you will not need gender to now pass that gender. You need individual subject the student is taking in exam. You now start to add math, English, chemistry, physics, biology, literature, geography, English, further math. Then also, you don't need all these other total and average grade and remark. Or let's say you need total, you now add total. But you don't need average grade remark as you have here. That means you have queried or you have selected those fields that you want to use in this case. You don't need all the fields. You don't need all the detail of the student. You only need selected fields. Then you click next. See the question you have to specify now. Would you like a detail or summary query? Here I will allow detail. Show every field of every record. Then I will now say next. What is the name that I will give to the query? Student result query. I will allow that name to be named. Then also, do you want to open the query or modify the query's design? I will allow the first option here. Open the query to fill information to remain, and I will now select finish. See the query now. You now see that you don't have student registration number. Rather, you start with student name, maths, English, chemistry, physics, biology, and coming to this other side, you now see after the last subject you only have total. Where are other fields like average, grade, remark? You have told Excel that or Access that you don't need those fields at the moment, and that is the reason you have to use query. With query now, you query those fields you want to use, select those ones you want to use, allow those that you don't want to use, and that is query. And that is how you can perform query. So irrespective of how complicated the table appears to be, but now you need only, let's say, only 5 fields to appear as a table. Then you have to use query and perform that. So that is how you can use Access to import table from Excel, then use the imported table to create forms, use the imported table to create reports, use the imported table to prepare query. With this now, you can see that you can create query, report, and other things that you can see in this particular video. Do note, a different video is available that shows how you can create table. This time, not importing the table, rather this time you are in Access environment, then you create table using various steps and also using various formats. Because you can create a table the way you want it to be. You can create a table by entering information the way you want it. You can create a table using table templates. You can create a table using SharePoint script. You can also create a table using table design. All these are different ways that you can create tables. There's a different video for this. So please subscribe to this channel so that you can have all these videos available for you. Touch subscribe button so that you subscribe to this channel, for there are so many videos already available and there are more videos that are coming your way. Subscribe. You also have the freedom to share this video to your friends. Share it using Facebook, using whatever means that you can share it to your friends. Share videos you have in this channel to your friends. So these are things that you can do as you can import table from Excel to Access. Thank you very much for watching this video to this point.